All right. This video is about stress management and the importance really of having stress management be a part of your routine rather than sort of this like accumulation that you allocate for after a certain period of time, right? I think of stress management sort of like managing dehydration, right? If you're dehydrated, then you're already sort of playing catch up, right? The goal should be to be drinking water throughout the day so you don't feel dehydrated. If you feel dehydrated, if you feel thirsty, you're already playing catch up. Similarly, if you're feeling stressed, then you're already at a heightened level. So de stressing from that point is even more difficult, right? So the goal should be to consistently be de-stressing yourself through various practices, daily, weekly, whatever it may be. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. So to start, this is sort of a traditional day in capitalistic America, right? We wake up here and then, something happens, we experience more stress. Something happens, work, whatever, a deadline, something happens, more stress. And then maybe towards the end of the day, we start to decompress a little bit, but it's unlikely that we're really bringing ourselves down to where we started our day. And so then what happens, right, is we reach sort of this end of the day of this accumulated stress. We go to sleep, we wake up, and now we're waking up at this new level, and then we're going to experience a very similar day the next day, and maybe we come down, but this repeats, right? So then every single day your stress levels are just going up and up and up, and there's nothing really that you're doing to actively shift that, maybe other than a wind down. And then if we look at sort of similarly, maybe throughout a standard work week, same thing. We're going to start Monday, and then maybe we start to get a little more stressed throughout the week, big deadlines, couple meetings, realizing what we need to do. Oh, we reached Thursday, the weekend's here, so we chill out a little bit. But then the weekend comes, weekend goes, and boom, now we're getting ready for Monday and we're starting to get a little stressed. Now we end up here, and the trend continues, right? If we start here, if we ended here, now we're starting here. And if we go on the same exact pattern, whatever your pattern looks like, this is just one example, but throughout the week, if you are ending your weeks generally more stressed than how you're starting your weeks, well, this is a pattern that you're going to experience. And the same happens throughout sort of a year, right? If like your only situation where you're de-stressing, and this is actually not to scale really, right? Because vacation does not occupy this amount of time year comparatively, then you're spending still most of your time in a much heightened stress sort of area than when you're on vacation. Realistically, for most of us, I would say this is probably what the graph looks like. You're probably maintaining stress, maybe even getting a little more stressed before your vacation. Then, okay, we get a little bit of a dip, but then we get right back to it, and we are at that same stress level. So again, we're just maintaining such high levels of stress. And if vacation is the only time we de-stress, well, that's not very healthy. So what do you do? I think this is the most important thing, right? Is if we look at our day, this starting point is really one of the biggest keys to stress management. And the idea here is that you want to start your day with something that de-stresses you, right? First 10 minutes, maybe it's a stretch, maybe it's meditation, maybe it's reading, maybe it's a cup of coffee, but start your day by calming yourself. There's so many things that are going to happen throughout the day that are going to increase your stress. So you got to start your day by calming yourself. And then as things happen, you have to have these sort of daily check-ins, right? Maybe it's a little meditation. Maybe it's 3 breaths. Maybe it's looking at daughters of your family or photos of your daughter, right? Whatever it may be that just helps you chill throughout the day so that you can get grounded, so that by the time you reach the end of the day, you're actually at a lower stress point, right, than when you started, because throughout the day, you're actively sort of calming yourself. And similarly, for a week, things are going to happen. Things are going to happen. So where are these midweek or weekend opportunities that you can say, this is a part of my routine? I go to this yoga class. I do this exercise. I go see my friends. I take time to myself. I watch a movie. I read for several hours, whatever it is. You have to incorporate these things, not so that they're the outliers, but they're the foundation of your week that really helps bring you down, because all of these things, these are the variables. The variables are what increase stress. You need your grounding energy to be the foundation that is lowering your stress, so that again, you can experience this year where yes, things become stressful and not, but you're constantly doing the work to bring your stress levels down. So, as you think about this, what are some of the ways you decrease stress? For me, I really enjoy yoga. I really enjoy meditation. I really enjoy cooking. Cooking is a great form of sort of active meditation for me to bring my stress down, working out, going to the gym, seeing friends, right? These are all things that need to be incorporated into your basic routine so that you aren't just constantly raising your stress week over week, raising your stress day over day. So I encourage you to really lock in, find some things that make it so that really just a part of your daily routine are de-stressing. If this video is relevant, make sure to follow this page, and I'm always a message away if you want to talk about any of these topics.